All right. All right. After the party is the after party. Welcome everybody. I am your host Ray, and this time I did check the volume so I could hear myself speaking.
Thank
uh,
God.
with that being said, I have Father with me,
Harlem Heat.
Harlem Heat, and we're going to do a 2-for-1 reacts. There was a video I was going to do earlier, but I kind of like saved it for later because technically I did have some topics, but I was like, I don't think no one's gonna be that interested, and I was kind of right. So, but there was some videos that I did want to react to, and Father wanted to react to. So I was like, fuck it, we doing both. So we're gonna start with if we don't get to them both, I'll probably get to the second one the other day, and but we're gonna start with your video first, Father, which is the terrible cost of living crisis. People are giving up 2026. Now, if you done been on this channel before, we have always talked. We've been talking about this shit for a minute, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a couple people that I've been in cars with, and they talking about how people was just like they don't feel excited about 2026. It's just like And I felt like I was the only one that was just like I have high expectations, but it was just like everybody else is just like fuck this shit. So, I don't know. How you feel about that, Father?
I 100% understand where they're coming from because they are the only reason why they're behaving like that is because they have seen an erosion of their prospects and their opportunities. Not saying that opportunities still aren't available, it's just being gate kept at a level that is detrimental to the entire society. And I feel like when there's one winner, there's like 10 losers. So scale that by millions of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like right now is just one person's win is 10 people's loss. And it's not supposed to be like that. But that's the way that it's designed. So it's very difficult. Like, it's very difficult for someone to be motivated when they work full time and can't pay rent. Like, exactly now, what are you supposed to do? And then when you try to advocate for your rights and say, hey, this is fucked up, what do people tell you? You get a second job. Or you go back to school and get a certification. And it's like, I've already been working since I was 16. So now I gotta take a motherfucking test to get a certification that doesn't guarantee me a job anyway. Cause I've seen the numbers and people with degrees and certifications and still like that, it's still taking them 5 to 8 months to find a job. So that's where I think it's really coming from. It's just the fact that prospects are weak now.
Bernie said it himself. He said no person should be working 60-hour weeks. And I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, no one should be working 60-hour weeks and still be broke. And I agree
Yeah,
with him. Is it? You work that much, and it's funny because people, they used to shun overtime, or like moonlighting, having a second job. They called it moonlighting. People used to shun that. Now people do it as a necessity now. My, how the world's changed. And it's like
yeah.
it's just like not only that, it's just like most people have two jobs and they'll drive Uber. There was a and that shit is just to me. There was a guy that did that, and he's just like he said he doesn't want his wife working at all, so he does. Let's just say like he sleeps 4 hours out of the week. If you equivalent to how many jobs this man had, just to make sure his wife doesn't work, and like he sleeps like 4 hours out the week, and I'm like, that's very unhealthy. But he was like,
You're
this is
going
what
to
he
die.
he's going to die, and um
Just straight up like that. I don't even mean to sound
harsh,
heartless or anything,
yeah,
but
he's
nigga, you're
going to
gonna
die.
die.
But but he was like, that's what I got to do to be a provider and all the other shit. But I'm like, I
Now,
look.
fuck
I am mad
provision
at
then. I'm
hustlers.
not being a provider of that. I'm not being a provider if that's what I gotta do. Yeah, fuck that. I just be single.
Oh shit. I'm a. But anyway, we gonna get. I agree with you. It's just this. This was funny. But yeah, that's. I mean, this is the world we live in now. So without further ado, we're gonna get to the first video. The YouTuber is called Hannibal is Rising, and the video is called "The Terrible" in all caps. The terrible cost of living crisis. People are giving up 2026. All right, we you ready, Father?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it.
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they
You're
have.
not streaming.
Honestly, have no idea.
What'd you say?
You're not streaming.
Oh shit. uh, my bad. Shit.
There you go. Now we're good.
Now we can. All right, on with the show.
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have.
Honestly, have no idea what to do anymore.
The United States of America is not a third world country, the most wealthiest country there is. But we have people that have to go in food lines to get food.
My bank does not play, man. They charged me $40 in overdraft fees because I was overdrafted 7 pennies.
I haven't paid my rent in 3 months. I got food in the fridge though. My car is downstairs and I can get back and forth to work, but I haven't paid rent in 3 months.
Most likely, and I understand we're all struggling. I mean, cost of living is crazy. But, bro, if you are not paying your rent, eventually you will be kicked out. I mean, hopefully you're applying for some kind of relief, whether you are having some issues. Obviously, it's financial, but the fact that you are not able to pay your rent in 3 months, you're not smiling or laughing. So, again, you got to take a lot of stuff you see on social media with a grain of salt of, is this really the person struggling? Because if I'm behind in 3 months, I'm not laughing or joking about it. Even if you think that what you're doing, it makes sense in terms of, well, there's other priorities. Usually, like for me, for instance, I would pay my rent over my car note because you can live without a car. Being homeless seems like a bigger issue than the car. But I know it depends on certain situations or certain areas where you need a car to move to go anywhere, and people will live without a car. I rather have a roof over my head over a car.
I'm not saying this to flex at all, I'm not, but what else am I supposed to do? Like, I can't afford it because bills keep coming out. Rent is already high. Like, I need to eat, okay? I need to do what I need to do to take care of myself. So I'm not paying it. And you know, these jobs don't care nothing about your personal life. Like, all they care about is you showing up on time, doing your 8, 10, 12 hours, however long you have to work. And then that's it. And then you do it all again the next day. Like,
You shouldn't.
His priorities is fucked up, but at the same time, like I can't blame. At the same time, I can't blame him because he's in that position. But it reminds me of why? How come people don't get roommates? You ever ask this question in this generation? A lot of people shun roommates. How come people don't do that no more?
There's a reason. There is a
Explain that to
reason.
me, 'cause
So, a lot of people like they really, 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 really value their personal space, right? Especially nowadays where housing is like harder to find and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that just they want that experience of living by themselves. Um, with that being said, also a lot of people are just shitty roommates. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like more times than not, you're gonna get a shitty roommate than like a good roommate. And another thing too, it may be even worse if it's someone you know. Like there have been many stories of people roommating with their friends and then coming to find out their friends are roommates from the pits of hell. So I think that at the end of the day, like there's gonna be people that are gonna, need roommates and figure out that whole thing and is successful. And then there's other people, you just gonna have to let them find out the hard way. Unfortunately. So I'm saying that to say like it's a lot of people are not good roommates. So I feel like a lot of people don't even want to risk that.
I understand that, and I would say even I kind of knew you was gonna go there. This is what I'm saying. As a person that I'm shoot, I say this right now. I'm renting out a room. I have roommates. I've rented out a room. I said everybody pays their bills on time. We don't have no problems. Everybody pays their bills on time. I mean, if you can, sometimes some people just like if you. I wouldn't roommate with friends either if I knew that that man was incompetent. There's a couple people that's like, I don't know, he's bad with money. Like I'm cool with him, but he's bad with money. I get that, but if you telling me you can't find two or three competent people that can hold a job in this era, because that is like I don't know. Maybe it's just the military in me, because like because the people I knew some white boys that since all of us get paid on the 1st and 15th, everybody knew we all knew we was getting paid, so we all knew that if we just like split the money and they wouldn't have problems. And even then, like my room is my solitude, right? It's just like it like just like a college dorm room. It's like your room is your solitude. Even when I was in the Navy, I had a PPV. My room was my solitude, and the roommate I had was a good dude too. He was a good dude. He even cooked for the house. I cooked one time. He cooked for, and it was just like, and I didn't know him at all. Actually, the matter of fact, when I was moving in, his girlfriend opened the door, and I thought it was co-ed. But he came in the next day. He was like, "Yeah, dude, it's all good." But and then we got along very well. Um, but I don't know. I think it's just one of those things where you just got to take that. I feel like you got to take that chance. But if you're living by yourself, I feel like that, and like a lot of us really don't make money to stay in an apartment on our own, which is like, which I see homeboy over there is doing. He's buying 3 months on rent. What else? What else is you gonna do? He's like, my food is it. I said, yeah, but when they take your house, what's gonna happen? Because usually when you behind 3 months of rent, that's when they start evicting you. So it's just like, what do you got to do? But again, I can't blame them because of the way the society is. But it's just like to me, it's just like I don't see why most. I get it. It's like we can't be that incompetent. Like you can't. You tell me you can't find two people that is good with money that knows that bills come first before anything in this era. Because if that's the case,
I'm gonna
then
just leave that up. I'm gonna just leave that up to the hands of the Lord.
me too. But if that's the case, then we don't feel our kids on finance. And I've said this too. The older generation, because they was the whole when you're 18 you got to go out and get your stuff. I was like, you never taught your kids what to do, or how to live on your own, or finances, or none of that other stuff. You just kicking them out, and you just tell them to figure it out. That's bad. You didn't even prepare him for the real world. Are we not preparing these kids for the real world?
No, we're not.
So, see, look, I know you said that, and I know most of the African parents, they did like you stay with your parents until like you're able to move. And honestly, I'm for that. It was like because if stay down, they say stay down till you come up, or at least when you have enough money to move out on your own. I said hell, like I was doing that with my family. Everybody else ended up getting their own spot eventually. So it's just one of those things where it's just like it does work. You got to be like you got to be real competent with it, but it does work. It's just that to me, it's just like I don't know. It's a shame because I feel like white people do it all the fucking time, but now I don't even know if white people doing it now. But I feel like as black people, we shun that, especially when it comes to like dating. It's just like, you got a roommate? I was like, what's wrong with that? I have a house. I'm good. The bills are good. I have money to spend on things if I want to. If not, I can save it and stack it. It's like, why are we shunning those things? You stay with your moms. You don't see me badgering you about that. But I get it. People do want their own space. People want their own space. But it's like, I go in my room. This is my solitude right here. I, I don't know. I just feel like we just need priorities. I'm a I'm gonna play this, and just so you know, if it seems like I'm running too long, I'm getting my DoorDash just came, so I'm about to go get the joint. So I'm gonna let it play. So
Think that a business would care about you. You care about you as a business. They need your work. They need your what you can bring to the table. Obviously, your skills, and you provide a service. You're providing value. They pay you. So a business shouldn't worry about that, or you shouldn't be worried emotionally about necessarily the business. It's a transaction, so they shouldn't necessarily care. I mean, if maybe you're looking for more money, then that's when you ask for a raise. You are letting them know that I'm providing the kind of skill set that I should get paid more for this. But to think or try to have this emotional attachment to a business that it's really transactional, I think you are setting yourself up for failure in that aspect.
I'm burnt out.
Pause.
I'm tired. Like, I'm not about to be working 6 other jobs just to be able to pay my rent. Call me crazy if you want, but I'm still here. So we're gonna have to see what happens in the next 30 days.
So most likely you will be receiving a notice of eviction. First comment, the best one, rent always comes first. Everything else can wait. You need a roof over your head. I mean, I think you rent and food over your car note. I know it sucks because when you're not paying your car note, you are going to get yourself into trouble. But to think that you don't need a home to live in doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yep, you need to pay for housing first. Eviction is no joke. Dude, why am I more nervous than you are? Yeah, no, I prioritize rent over any other bill. It's getting cold outside. Go make an arrangement with them people.
and that's the thing. Like, since I do rent out a room, I make sure I have enough money for rent. Now I prioritize the rent first more than anything. Like, as to me, as long as I pay the rent, I'm good. And I try to pay ahead just so I know that I'm not due or behind. And that's just the one thing my father told me. He said, he told me, hey, take care of your priorities first before you do anything else. So usually when I get paid, the rent is due. That's the first thing I'm paying. Because you know why? I know that I can at least know. And the one thing I will say this: the one thing about being broke has taught me how to stretch $100 in like a week, especially in this day and age. You're gonna have to learn how to. You gonna being broke teaches you how to stretch $100 in a week. Maybe you don't need steak. Maybe sometimes, even though you don't like it, but a $5 cheeseburger from McDonald's will do you just as good as a $30 steak sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you may have a taste for filet mignon, but a value, a McValue meal or five, the dollar menus, when they used to have the dollar menus, will work just as well. And then you got to realize, transportation and all that other stuff, gas and all that other stuff. So learning how to make $100 stretch a week, or at least to your next paycheck, in which majority of the people we do live paycheck to paycheck. Being broke does teach you like money management. I will say that, but yeah, your rent gotta come first before anything. Cause yeah,
Ray. I have to push back. I don't think being broke teaches you how to manage money. I think being broke forces you to manage money. There's a huge difference.
you're still learning.
There's a
Yes,
I don't like the word learn. I don't like the
talk to me.
word
Talk to me.
learn
Talk to me.
because what listen, learning if I'm learning something, I'm learning it because there's a value in what I'm learning. I can use what I've learned to either teach it to someone else or to put myself in a better position. Ray, you are a motherfucking bro. You were in the motherfucking military. You feeling what I'm saying? Like you wasn't broke because you chose to be broke. It's just you was in a circumstance where you didn't got it like that and you had to make it stretch. You wasn't learning how to manage money. You had to manage money. You had to because you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to stop making it seem like because we're in certain positions that you know what I'm saying? We're all of a sudden better people for it. Nigga, you were exploited. Why the fuck was you in the military and you broke?
Because no other job was hiring.
Exactly. Land of opportunity, right? That's what they told you.
Mm-hmm.
They told you this was the land of opportunity. You went to go find your opportunity and they all said no, so you joined the military. But I'm saying the circumstance that you were in, what you learned was that you were resourceful. That's what you learned. But you saying that being broke made you learn how to manage money, I have an issue with that. Because people can take that, especially fucking Trump supporters and right wing people can take that and be like, see, personal responsibility. And I'm like, no, you got to be careful with that shit. You really have to be careful with that shit.
I see what you mean, but here blah. I see what you mean, and I'm not disagreeing with you at all. This is just where I'm coming from. Dave Chappelle had a quote. It was a joke, but he had a quote. It was like, when white people house they don't go out, they panic. When black people house they go out, they panic. I think it's because it's just like it brings, because obviously we've been there before, and the fact that, and I get it, kind of proves your point. The fact that you have been there for kind of like, and had to do it proves your point. But it's just like now I can pass that information on with other people, because I tell people all the time, it's just like, where am I going to do? I said, and I tell people like, look, if you just get some chicken thighs from Giant and prep it for a whole week and maybe some rice or something like that, you have three separate meals, and you don't have to worry about finding your next meal and spending your next meal. You spend like whatever how much your chicken thighs is, make it last for like a week. And like that's information I can pass on to other people just in case like people don't understand. Um, Now I will say, it reminds me of another quote. Is maybe it's the same quote, but it's one of those things where it's just like, um, is how can I say it? It's just I remember it. I've done it, so you don't have to, or something like that. So it's just like this is kind of like how when most people come up with their money, and then they realize that their kids are bad at managing money, and it's just like, since I'm in a position where I got the money, they just see me with the money. I need to teach them that they ain't no. There's sometimes where I have to stretch this money, and I'm gonna teach you how to stretch this just to make this shit last. So it's just like, you're right. I shouldn't have to be in that position, but the fact that I am in that position now, that I know I can pass that on. And I think this is just like I'm looking at it as a been there, done that thing. So does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. The only little thing that I'm gonna say about that is
Go
you've
ahead.
been there, done that, but your ass can get in there again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my point. It's like that's why I would that one day when we was talking about that dating for stability shit.
Hmm.
Yeah. By the way, I still go back to that video because I think that video is super fucking important. But that's what I was saying. Stability is never guaranteed. Look at what happened with the niggas in LA when the fucking fires happened.
Right.
You feeling what I'm saying? This shit can be taken away from you just like that. These were people that were wealthy. These were people that were living in LA. These were people that were, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had money. A lot of them had businesses. A lot of them was making money. A lot of them was paying bills, and then a fire fucking happens. What? And you want to know what people did? They donated.
Mm-hmm.
They donated. That's my point. You can't do it by yourself. You being broke is not a fucking personal responsibility issue. It is simply a circumstance.
Hell, COVID. That was a. COVID was hell. Imagine getting.
COVID stopped everything.
Yeah, COVID stopped everything. Imagine losing your job and it wasn't your fault.
Me. I went through that 3 times.
Right. Imagine, and this is, what's the one that makes me sad the most? You probably seen him. It's them workers that's been there for like 15, 20 years and they don't get no pension. They don't get nothing for being loyal to a company for 15 years, and they don't get nothing. Just a thank you and a kicking ass, swift kicking ass. Them the ones that make me sad the most. It's like, yo, that person done spent 30 years of their life in your company, and this is all you guys give them.
Yeah, we're gonna give him a pizza party
You gonna give them a pizza
for
party?
his retirement. We're gonna celebrate 20 years of you busting your ass in this company with a pizza party.
I know, yeah. And like most of them, they've been working since they was like 20, maybe 30. And then like if they do 20, 30 years, you're 50 and 60. So it's just like this is the only job they know because they've been here for 20, 30 years. Oh man. So I'm telling, and this is what I'm saying. Like as millennials, I feel like we gotta switch some shit up because obviously the old shit ain't working no more. There's some shit we need to like. Hey, we need fresh ideas. We need fresh thoughts and fresh. Because I heard this rumor that Trump was probably getting rid of the 401k. I don't even know how true that is or not. And I said, if he does that, do you know how many people don't put their money in that? I said, where's it gonna go? Do they get their money back, or does it go somewhere else?
Or does it retain its same value?
Exactly. It's like a
You
lot of
want to
people.
know what,
A lot of people plan for that.
bruh? So if you let the video play for like 3 seconds more, there's a comment on the bottom that I want to address.
Okay, hold on.
At the 60-day mark, they will contact an attorney. The attorney will get the paperwork available. Eviction will
There's
come
that
soon.
comment
So
on the bottom. Wait, yeah, quiet, pause it.
Keep going on.
So no, this is good.
Okay.
This is the reality for. I'm sorry, Jada Parker just came back at NXT, and I'm trying not to fucking mark out right now.
Miss
But
Parker.
this is the
Miss
reality,
Parker.
bruh. It's so loud. The whole fucking arena is screaming Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
She's getting a huge pop.
I love that girl.
Yeah, I love that girl. But anyway, that's our little wrestling side note. So yeah, this is the reality for hundreds of people. Y'all have zero empathy on here. Cost of living is unaffordable. Yes, an eviction is bad, but let's not act like there isn't second chance apartments or private landlords. You think everyone got evicted? You think everyone that got evicted is currently homeless? No, bruh. I agree with what this comment said. I 100% agree with what this comment said. I think we are so quick to just look at other people's situation and just say shit. And I'm not accusing us of doing that, of course, but I just think that, like everybody's situation is different. Yes, it's crazy that the nigga ain't pay rent for 3 months, but the nigga ain't got evicted yet. If you try to do that in any other apartment complex, y'all ass would have been grass. That's what I'm saying. People's motherfucking situations is different, bro. Yeah, he's probably gonna face the consequences of that. He's probably gonna face the consequences of that. He's probably gonna talk to his landlord and stuff like that. But bruh, you just gonna have to let people cook. And also, if I'm seeing people in a difficult situation, I'm not gonna open my mouth. I'm just gonna let them handle it the best way that they can because there's a lot of us that could use the fucking help. So I just like what she said. Like, cost of living is unaffordable. So if it's unaffordable, then you're going to see cases like that. You're going to see, at least he still has a fucking place at 3 months. At least. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. All right, let's get back into the video.
This is, you need that rent to have a
No, when there's a will, there's a way. Okay, I was just wondering what the rest of the I like her name too, Chocolate Survivor.
place over your head, especially when the winter is here. Not a good move, in my opinion.
I honestly have no idea what to do anymore. I'm sitting here. It's almost midnight. I've been scrolling for hours, just looking for jobs, like extra jobs. I work 2 jobs right now, and I feel like I can't even afford, what I'm trying to pay for. My rent's so expensive. I go to the grocery store today. I get bread, peanut butter, jelly, and milk, and it comes out to almost $18. $18 for sandwich ingredients.
I mean, we got to a point where even having multiple jobs, you're still broke. You're still struggling. Me living in New York City, I do have 2 jobs. I'm doing this, obviously, on YouTube, and I am walking dogs. I work every single day just to have a comfortable lifestyle. I mean, I'm not struggling by all means, but if I had one of these jobs, I definitely would have to cut back significantly on certain things or certain bills. So I think everyone here, even on YouTube, have some kind of side deal, or they still have a day job, because everything is so expensive. And how you can go to a grocery store, buy just 4 or 5 items, and you see the price when you see it at the register, and you just will lose your sanity because of how expensive everything is. Especially just a couple of years before the pandemic, things were not this bad, and they weren't great either. But we jumped the shark on this situation.
Without any protein and milk. I mean, my phone bill's expensive, gas is expensive, and I'm just like, man, I'm a 28-year-old. I'm out here in Oregon, and I honestly don't even know what to do. Something needs to change. Something must change very, very fast, or I honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to survive this. We're in this together. It's going to be okay, but we really got to ride this out together.
And this is the reason why certain candidates have been elected. So in New York City, you have Zohran Mamdani. You see what's going on in Seattle with Katie Wilson, and people who have their issues with socialism and how it's not a really effective way of having economic prosperity, in my opinion. I think in the opinion of many others, when you are leaving the government to do the heavy lifting, and instead of using the free market, regulate everything to the death of it. You see what's going on in Chicago, where Brandon Johnson wants to tax businesses that have over a certain amount of employees. They need the money because they're in a heavy deficit. And I think a lot of people are so desperate, they have jumped onto the socialism spectrum because they don't see a way out of this. They're looking at, these mortgages, 50-year mortgage at this point now. It is to that famous line that you will own nothing and be happy, because at this point, everything is so ridiculously expensive and people are losing hope.
Honestly, having a job or not having a job are pretty much the same at this point. You either have the 9 to 5 and you're miserable and you still have no money. By the way, you're probably looking for a second job. I know lawyers who are looking for second jobs. That's how bad it's gotten here. Or you don't have a job and you're searching for a job. You're sending out the resumes, getting ghosted, having to go through 10 rounds of interviews just to be ghosted or told, oh, we hired internally. It's also infuriating. You're basically...
I hate that. I used to hate that because, and this is not a shot at my father or any other old head, but, and father, we done talked about this. How many resumes have you put in? How many people that you looked out? And you're like, I done put out 20 to 30 resumes a day. Some don't even respond back. Some don't even give you the courtesy call. And some, even the ones that do, they're like, oh, we're overstaffed, or we done decide to look somewhere else, but thank you for applying. Like, this shit used to bug the fuck out of me. And it's funny now, now that I got a job, I'm getting offers. And to me, it's just like, where the fuck was y'all when I needed a job?
Man, that literally correlates to the dating market, because As soon as when you single, ain't nobody wants you. Soon as a girl start giving you some attention and start cooperating with you and won't, now 3 girls say that they always liked you. I'm like, what the fuck was y'all in?
Bro, I hate that too. I hate that too. That shit bugged me. That's it. The first time that happened to me when I was in the Navy, and it was just like these girls just started talking to me and shit, and like it was like I apologized to my ex because I always thought she was crazy. Because I'm like, they ain't really holler at me like that. They ain't really. But at the end, you kind of like figure out they was, and then you're like, oh shit. And then you start asking that question: where the fuck was y'all when I was single? Like, why am I getting? And I used to say that too. Why am I getting more play as someone in a relationship than someone without? I used to tease my father all the time because my father was dating before he got remarried. I said, "Dad, you're the only person I know with no main chick, but all the side chicks."
Yo,
My father's like, "Shut up."
just shut up.
But yeah, on with this video.
Broke either way. I think the solution is to just do what you want. Be the TikToker, be the musician. Delulu is the Solulu. I mean, they're rolling out 50-year mortgages. You heard that right? 50-year mortgages. Like that's gonna make anything better.
I understand his approach. It's kind of like nihilism. What is that? Or the black pill where you just give up? Yes, 50-year mortgages is something that I totally don't agree with. I can see how you can make it work, but the idea that if you are in your 30s and 40s, and now home ownership is getting older and older and older now, where the first time you become a homeowner, I'm 41 and I decide to get this 50-year mortgage, I will have to figure this out and work until I'm in my 90s. I probably won't make it to the 90s. I guess some people say, you know what, if I have to work until I'm 90, I'm just going to unplug this whole situation, unplug from this nonsense and just do what I want. But I think
that's the purpose of
Oh, wait, hold on. Let it play.
in his assessment, I took from say, you know what, if I have to work until I'm 90, I'm just going to unplug this whole situation, unplug from this nonsense and just do what I want. But I think in his assessment, I don't agree with just doing whatever you want. You have to find a way to adapt. You have to find a way to make it work, because I don't know about you, but being homeless, I've never been homeless before, but kind of sucks. I do believe our priorities are all over the place. I think people who spend their money irresponsibly, I think we all do, and we all need to chill, because you have to understand the American economy is all about consumption. Buying a bunch of things that you don't need. It's trying to flex, trying
All right,
to
now pause it.
look at.
First of all, this AI is fucking terrible. But go ahead.
It is fucking terrible. And also, what he said, I'm sorry, that was some bullshit. What he just said is some motherfucking bullshit. This whole, oh, you just gotta adapt, you gotta make it happen. You know, that vague ass, no solution ass shit that they like to spout out whenever there's a fucking crisis going on.
Mm-hmm.
This is an affordability crisis that we're talking about. And he's over there talking about, man, you just gotta adapt. How the fuck do you adapt in an unaffordability crisis? You feeling what I'm saying? This is millions of people that is being affected by this. And you're telling those millions of people, well, you just need to adapt. Nigga, what? How the fuck are you supposed to, like, Ray, if your motherfucking roof busts out of your motherfucking, busts in your motherfucking house, how do you adapt to that?
Good question.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Good question.
And then another thing he said that I think was bullshit was, you know, we're really irresponsible with our money. Oh my
No, we're not. If anything, we run on consumerism. We run on because we need to spend. If anything, we need to spend money. That's how the world works. It's like that's how you kind of like get the shit back.
That's my point. You mentioned consumerism, and then right on top of that, you say that we're spending our money irresponsibly. If a nigga buys 50 fucking pieces of avocado toast, the nigga who made all 50 of those avocado toast just got a bag. Because another man's spending is another man's income, and another man's income is another man's spending. If you are talking about consumerism, then everything that is bought within the free market is valid. You can't say that they're not managing their money right. If they have money in the first place, then that's it, right? Isn't that what they said? Just have money,
Right.
especially when it comes to women, right? Just have money. Just have money. So now you're gonna sit here and tell me that we're the ones that are being irresponsible? Like, bro, how the fuck can people be irresponsible if the value of their money is down? How does that happen? If I see a broke nigga with fresh J's, I'm not saying a goddamn word. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. That shit ain't got nothing to do with you. I don't know why we even do that. It ain't your money. It ain't my money. So why do you care? Why do you care that some people, if that nigga want to mismanage his money, what the fuck does that got to do with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why even comment? If a nigga, bro, like, if a nigga ain't got a lineup, but he's wearing but he got a motherfucking Gucci sweater, I'm not saying a goddamn thing. Let him enjoy his motherfucking Gucci sweater. Like, leave these people the fuck alone. I'm sorry. The shit that he just said was bullshit. I don't agree with anything that he said. This notion that we need to adapt, this notion that, you just gotta try something, you gotta do something, nigga. Those are the type of people that don't be fighting or advocating for their political rights just simply because they're stuck in this mindset of you need to do it yourself, you need to do it yourself, you need to do it yourself. No wonder why the situation is getting worse. Because you got niggas like that running around. And I don't mean to like be disrespectful or anything, but that was really some bullshit he just said. Now, what do you think, Ray? What do you think about that?
We say things like that, and then we don't really give out solutions. And I'm at the point where it's just like, okay, and this used to be my biggest. This used to be one of my pet peeves. Is like, let's say you meet a girl, and the girl say, "Y'all men don't know how to treat a woman," and you go, "Well, how are we supposed to treat you?" I don't know. Figure it out.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
just going to complain, but not have a solution. Is like you're not even going to give me a hint or nothing. I said, do you even know what to do or how should you want to be treated? And I don't. You should know. You're the man. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. I said, do you have the ideas? Where do you think we should go? A lot of these people, it's the whole thing about the whole pick yourself up from the bootstraps. Okay, where do I start? You just gotta move. You just gotta go. You go where? Where to point me to somewhere. If you're going to give me criticism, you can also give me solution. If you're like you need to get up and get up out. Okay, the military is looking for people. At least go to the military. You can at least find out what you need to do for 4 years, which is what I did. Or you can like go look at different colleges to see what colleges fits your needs. Or you could go work until you make enough money to then go try to achieve your dreams. You can say things like that. That's I don't mind. That's at least you're directing me where to go. But a lot of people are telling people to go somewhere where either you have never been there, you don't know anything about it, or you don't know what's going to happen if I do take that direction. So that's usually always been my pet peeve. So it's just like you need to tell people how to treat. Men need to know how to treat women better. It's just okay, how? I don't know. You just didn't do it. No. Point me to the right direction. I'm not telling you to hold my hand. And this is what I'm telling people. I'm not telling you to hold my hand. I'm not telling you to baby me. I'm not telling me to carry me to the destination. I'm just telling me to point me into the right direction so I can at least go have an idea where am I going or some shit like that. That's what, you being an older person trying to tell a young person what to do. It's just like point me to the right direction. I don't need you to hold my hand. Just point me to the direction, and that's what I'll be thinking about it.
I have a theory. I have
What's
a
your theory?
theory about the reason why people be doing that. Like we saw it in the video verbatim. The fact that he said, "Well, you need to just do something." You know what I'm saying? You need to just do something. I blame the education system because the education system doesn't teach us how to critically think. The education system teaches us how to be compliant. You feeling what I'm saying? Like you have a set amount of classes that run in a set amount of time, and they're supposed to teach you from the curriculum. It's not about what the teacher is teaching you, it's about what the curriculum tells the teacher to teach you. So with that, we've just and another thing too, we wake up early all to go to school at the same time. We're placed in classes where we don't really have a lot in common with each other. We probably just have like the same age and proximity, but we're all not interested in the same thing. So now they teach us as like a can of sardines rather than individual fish in a pond.
Father, you don't understand. There were some classes I fucking struggled in where I just like, fuck it, I'm just not gonna do it. I just take the L. Spanish was one of them, which is sad because my grandparents speak fluent Spanish, being Panamanian. I go into Spanish class and I'm like, now this is 100% my fault because I chose this curriculum, but I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna learn Spanish and all that other stuff. I go in there first week, I said I'm gonna fail the fuck out of this class, and I never tried. But also, it's just like I'm thinking like I was also in this since by 12th grade, and some kids have half a days of school, and I was in this class where I just had to go get a job. My whole point was to get a job, give them my pay stubs, and that's it. I just be on computers like on Facebook. I ain't learned a damn thing in that class. That class, if anything, that class didn't teach us nothing about um how to prepare for our future. And that was the point of the class. But it's just like the teacher, I felt like the teacher and she was a sweetheart, but she was also lazy at what she did. But it was just like I don't remember anything but looking up how to. You know what I learned? How to bypass them school shits to get on Facebook, and that's when Facebook was popping. Like that's what I learned, or MySpace or some shit like that. It was old, but it was or YouTube. That's when YouTube was starting up. It was just like watching YouTube videos in there, but we never really learned the future, nor they was trying to teach us either. So it was just like, how the fuck are we supposed to set up our futures if you don't really have their interests? So, that's just I don't know. Uh, let's get back to the video. You got anything to say before I press play?
Yeah, what he said was some bullshit. I really disagree with what he said.
All right, let's get back to the video.
At social media and trying to emulate what you see, it always winds up in the same position. You don't have any money.
How are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living?
Personally, I'm not. I had to move out of San Diego. I'm from Southern California, but it's too expensive. Even with full-time work, I had 2 full-time jobs, working on the weekends and at night and in the morning. I still couldn't save up enough money for a deposit for a studio apartment or anything, frankly. So I had to make a change. Right there is the border wall with Mexico and the United States. One side is San Diego, one side is Tijuana. Now I live on the Tijuana side. While the difference is only 2 blocks, I have a substantially cheaper cost of living. Currently, I'm renting a studio apartment for about $100 a week. I've seen comparable priced places going as far as a 2-bedroom with the same price point, $400 or $500 a month. The same kind of place in San Diego, 2 blocks away, would cost you upwards of $1,500 to $2,000 or $3,000.
So you see what's going on with.
Y'all wonder why motherfuckers is going out the country? Like, there's some people that work remotely and they're living in like Thailand and other countries. And you want to know why? Because rent is like what you saw. It's like $325 a month. Or some people it's just like it's the cost of living is significantly lower, so they can have an easier time living. It's just like, and then like you go 2 blocks down, A studio apartment. It's $2,000 for a studio apartment. Have you and like places, and it's for places like Cali, New York, DC got it bad. Some parts of Maryland because we're near DC, but whoo, some parts of Virginia, especially Northern Virginia. There's some parts where it's just like, ooh, you need to be either working in government or you got to be the goddamn president to be working over here because some of these prices are somewhere high. But if you go further down, it's cheaper. It's cheaper in some sorts, and I don't blame. And I don't even blame people for doing that. It's just like you got to. He has two full time jobs. He has two full time jobs, and he works on the weekend. Again, how do you? Where do you? When do you sleep? I don't fucking know. But then that has two full time jobs and still struggling. Why? This is why. You should only do that if you want to. I can understand if you want to do that, but have to. That's a different animal. You got anything to say before I press play, Fada?
Press play.
The idea of just adapting. This dude just moved 2 blocks and his whole financial life just got like a patch update. It's an improvement. It's crazy. Just 2 blocks. America says, well, you can't afford this rent. Leave the map, cross the border, and you can just restart the entire mission. You know things are bad when Americans start moving south for economic opportunities. That's that this whole simulation is glitching a bit here. But shout out to him for figuring it out. I think a lot of it is taking some time to figure it out. What can work? What's something that I can do differently that I didn't think about before, and really sitting there and trying to figure out what adjustments can I do. I mean, 2 blocks away, yes, he's in a different country, technically, but he's saving thousands of dollars on rent by being able to just go across the street.
It's not the overspending, it's the cost of living. Here is a breakdown.
Pause it. Now, peep what he said earlier about you got to make a way. You just got to figure it out. A guy moves across the street. You want to know why? Proximity. Now, we in motherfucking Maryland and Virginia, we can't just do that. You feeling what I'm saying?
Yep.
So my thing is, it's situational. You took one example. See, he did it. You can do it too. Bruh. I'm not going to hold you, Ray. The dude is kind of making me mad because I feel like he's not understanding the actual point. He's stuck in this mentality that, well, it's sink or swim, so I'm going to swim. And life is not that black and white. I'm sorry. The reason why shit is about survival right now is because us human beings suck when it comes to this society that we have created. We fucking suck. We fucking exploit the shit out of each other. We make shit unaffordable. Like, this is our fault. Nature ain't do none of this shit to us. We the ones doing it. If I cut down a few trees and make myself a little shack, is Mother Nature gonna charge me rent? No. You bitch ass niggas are. That's all I'm saying. So this whole thing, oh, he moved across the street. See, he figured it out. See, that's what I'm telling you. You just gotta make your adjustments and plan ahead. And I'm like, you are using a nigga that literally is 2 blocks away from another country to make this point. Stop it. Stop. You see my point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. It is so goofy. What, bruh, man.
Let's get back into the video.
The average Gen Z and millennials' cost of living in today's world. So number 1 is rent. Everyone knows that Gen Z and millennials have to have a roommate. So splitting a 2-bedroom apartment with utilities is around $1,500. If you have a car, a $12,000 to $15,000 used car is still going to run you $400 a month. Car insurance and gas is another $300. Student loan payment $500. You're going to have groceries for $500. You're going to have personal care, doctor's appointments, hair, gym about $150, and then cell phone and miscellaneous $150. That's $3,500 a month, which is baseline. Do you know how much $3,500 a month is? $70,000 a year, or $34 an hour. Because after you take out taxes, put $300 for health insurance, and do a healthy $500 401k contribution, that leaves you with $3,500. This is no fun, no savings, no maintenance, no clothes, no kids, no traveling, no vacations, no bachelor parties, no weddings, no funerals, no clothes, no school supplies, nothing. And this is paycheck to paycheck. And on top of it, they're holding $40,000 of student loan debt, a $15,000 car, and if they ever wanted to buy a house with closing costs and the down payments, another $50,000. So they need $105,000. So even if they were somehow able to scrounge up after $70,000 of paycheck to paycheck, $5,000 to go to a concert, to have avocado toast, whatever it is, $5,000 a year, it would take them 20 years to pay off this debt and save up for a house. 20 years of living with the roommate where that rent's going up, and they're making $70,000 a year as a college graduate. The average person in this country makes $50,000. It is not the overspending.
I think that's the reason why people are not having children. Obviously, people are not purchasing homes because of how things are, and they're very expensive. I do believe that people still spend money irresponsibly. You know it.
This is just you sticking to your more. This is one of those things where, I just gave you the facts, and yet my father used to say this because my sister got into it with one of his side chicks, and his side chick used to do this thing. It's like, yeah, my father, he tried to be the moral ground, and they used to do this thing that it would piss my father off. Yes, you're right, but still, and then he had to stop him and say, ain't no but still, I'm right. What is there? What is more else here? Yeah, but still, this is what I'm getting from him. It's just like the guy just broke it down. I think we're still misusing them. On what? On what? And then we just broke down how consumerism works. And then people still gonna go, yeah, but still no. No. And now I understand why my father used to get pissed off when people used to say, but still. I just broke it down. You agree with me.
The numbers are literally right there. The numbers are literally right there.
I'm like SpongeBob showing plastic diapers, just yeah, but still, people just be spending money, bro. I said, first off, if you're a dude, we don't really spend that much on stuff, and if we do, that stuff lasts us for years. Like my laptop. My laptop is at least going to last me about a good 10 years if I take care of it correctly. I still have a PS4 that if I don't play games on it no more since I got a laptop, but when I was playing with it, it ran fine. The PS4 ran fine, and the games that I was playing with on there was like I was running fine with as well. Like most of the stuff men buy is like it usually lasts us for at least, if it don't last us a good 2-3 years, I wouldn't say much, but it usually just lasts us for 3 years. I have a TV that my father bought when I was in high school, and I still have that TV. It's a flat screen, but I still have the TV, and it works fine.
I still have my PS3.
I still have my PS3. And my PS3
Literally.
has Third Strike and Marvel before they run Third Strike and Marvel back. That's how old my shit is. Most people, they still, and if you're a dude, most people still have their old system that still works. I know people that still got that PS2, the Super Nintendo that they had. Shit, if my shit didn't get lost when I went into the military, I would still have my Pikachu N64 that they got me for Christmas. You know how rare that shit is now. Like you could get big. I could get. I could have got big money for that shit, but they lost that shit. But anyway,
Yeah, I just want to say this real quick
right.
because you basically said what I was gonna say. Like he gave you all the facts, and you're still doubling down on this idea that people are still spending money irresponsibly. And the only reason why I feel like you're trying to make this point that people spend money irresponsibly is because of the mere fact that you live in a society where the dumbest motherfuckers have the most money. The dumbest, most repulsive, most annoying people have the most motherfucking money. And you over here busting your ass. You work every single day. You have a YouTube channel and you walk dogs on the side. And also, you live in New York. You know what I'm saying? Now, you living in New York, that might be your bias. You know what I'm saying? To say that people spend money unnecessarily or spend money in a stupid way. But most of the people that I don't spend money in a stupid way. Most people I know, their money goes to bills and then they're broke because their bills are too much and they're not getting paid enough. That's what it is. That's what he just explained. It's cost of living crisis. It's not overspending. It's not people just deciding to spend money on stupid shit. You want to know who actually has the ability to spend money on stupid shit? Rich people. So you saying that we spend money on stupid shit is you deliberately trying to miss the point. That's what I gotta say.
All right, let's get back into the video.
I know it. Check the line when the latest iPhone comes out. Check the arenas when you're about to see some kind of concert. There's thousands of people there. All don't have any money, but they're spending the money. People driving really nice cars that they can't afford. People buy things all the time they can't afford. Buying things over emotion and not about logic.
Bro, if I knew how bad the economy was going to be up today, I wouldn't have been riding no bikes.
So you heard the examples that he said, right?
First of all,
Going to
most
the
people
line
that
and
buy
getting you.
cars, they lease cars. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So he was talking about the line for an iPhone. He was talking about people in the concerts, and he was talking about the cars. And I'm like, see, there you go again. Why? Like, why are you pocket watching? Who cares if they can't afford it or not? It's not your money. It's not your money. I'm going to say this one more time. It is not your money. If somebody is being irresponsible with their money, it's their money. That ain't got nothing to do with you, and that ain't got nothing to do with me. If you see thousands of people lining up for a concert, you just automatically assuming that they can't afford this shit is crazy. That's projection. You're projecting. You feeling what I'm saying? Like, and also in terms of the car, nigga, most people in America can't afford their car. That's why they get it leased. That's why they take out an auto loan to get a car. Because cars be like $35,000, $40,000, $45,000. You don't just have that shit lying around now, do you? So you pay it in installments. You go into debt in order to have transportation because the United States does not wholly invest in nationwide public transport. And you gonna sit in my face talking about these people just buying all these iPhones and stuff, they can't even afford it. How do you know? How do you know that they can't afford it? How the hell do you see 1,000 people standing in line for a concert and then just automatically assume that all of them cannot afford it?
Also, the funny thing about iPhones, most of them have payment plans. So usually you pay it during you pay your bills. That's how I did with my first Galaxy phone. It's like, and if it's anything like that, it's just like you pay that through a payment plan of your bills or some shit like that. So most people have like payment plans. You don't buy it all at once. You have a payment plan for that. So that's why they have the payment plans. So
Man, I just feel like he's deliberately missing the point. I really do. He's been missing this entire video. But yeah, you can go ahead and play it because that was some bullshit he said.
Playing no video games. I would have bought a house when I was 10. They did a study based on today's economy. Like, what should minimum wage be based on today's economy to make sure an American is comfortable living a day-to-day life, like with the prices, how the prices is up to date. Bro, do you know how much they say you need to make an hour to be comfortable around this motherfucker? $66 fucking dollars an hour. $66 an hour, bro. Who the fuck making that? That ain't even the kicker. You make $66 an hour. You work 40 hours a week. At the end of the month, guess how much you gonna have in whole? 10 bands. Oh no, but don't think you taking the whole 10 bands. You forgot about Uncle Sam. You're going home with 6,500. Maybe a 7-ball if you lucky. Okay, so eliminate all the bills and life expenses from that 6,500. You left even motherfuckers who making $66 an hour after paying all their bills and life expenses at the end of the month. They only gonna be able to save a band or two a month. So regular motherfuckers like me and you was just cooked. We po. We just at this point we just on the internet seeing who can be po better.
So in New York City, a single person with an annual salary needs to make about $137,000 to be comfortable. Or two adult household with 2 children need a combined income over $300,000.
I want to stop it, and honestly, I hate to bring up 50-50, but this is what dudes we talk about when going 50-50, right? And I tell you, let's say if I make 50K and you make 50K, we both come in with 100K. Now, if most people like, it's not just like I don't want you to be doing everything. It's just that hey, we have good jobs. Can we just go in and try to make a means of house? It's like I understand people want protectors and providers, but first of all, only 1 of 4 people in America can actually do that, and two, it's better if we both come in and we're both. And I'm just saying, if we're both good with money, that we can come in with both our combined salaries and we can live a little bit more comfortable than the average person because again this is most people to live comfortably I can speak, you need a 2-person income. Like I don't under like we say that to people, and it seems like it just goes over people's head. But again, I'm sorry, I didn't want to bring 50-50 up because I was like, because I know that's all 2025. But this is what I mean. But like, I tell people like the whole roommate thing. I was like, but we're living and we're living comfortably and we're living good. It's and if like both, like I said, both of us are real responsible for money, we could do that. And then the best thing is, somebody is going to like, you're not just going to stay there. You're going to at least make more money as much as you get older. So I don't know how many times people done say, "Hey, man, like you need a 2-person income to live in society today," and yet people are still trying to do it on their own. It's like, what sense of pride is that? I, I know. You got anything to say? I'm sorry that I had to even bring that up.
Nah, yeah, nah, I get what you're saying. Like, again, he lives in New York City, so I feel like his perspectives on money is gonna be, you know, out there because New York City is a city full of hustlers. Like, you ain't got no choice but to hustle. You know what I'm saying? Because of the high cost of living over there. But as you can see, 137,000 to 138,700 570. And then if you have a 2 adult household, y'all gotta make 300,000 gross. Like, that's a lot of money, nigga. That's a lot of money. And you wanna know what? There's a lot of people that's not making that. There's going to be very few people that's living. How many jobs even offer that amount of money? Majority of the jobs that are out there don't even offer that amount of money. That's it goes back to my point. 1 winner, 10 losers. For every winner, there's 10 losers. So with that dynamic, there's more people making less money than people making good money. See, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I just feel like a lot of his points is just, again, it's missing the point. It's not even about how much money somebody makes. It's about affordability. It's about affordability. That's it.
All right. Let's get back to the video.
So these figures are based on the 50-30-20 rule for budget, 50% on needs, 30% on wants, and 20% on savings and debt. So New York City is extremely, extremely expensive. Many people are not even making $25 an hour. $100,000 is the new poverty line. It depends on where you live. New York City, making $100,000 a year, you're not rich. You're just able to live. You're able to do some things. But if your lifestyle creep comes in and you bought a little bit of extra things you didn't need, and you're not living below your means, you are just struggling. You're basically up paycheck to paycheck like everyone else. Just stepping outside costs $100. We surviving, not thriving. We were flexing making $25 an hour plus 10 years ago, but nowadays $25 an hour is more like making $8 an hour. At this point, I'd rather laugh and keep from crying. So it's definitely something that is just, everyone is dealing with. Everyone's worried about, how to survive. I had to get a second job, and trust me, it's ghetto. I'm tired. Let me go to sleep. I work 11 to 7 a.m. tonight. Tough situation. I mean, those overnight shifts are a battle to deal with.
Let's say the quiet part out loud. I think everybody at this point is just surviving. Every week I go to the grocery store, the amount of money that I spend is insane. I feel bad for folks that can't go into houses because it is not affordable anymore for folks. Luckily for me, I've been able to own 2 houses. I feel bad for younger kids that their parents don't have the money, or they didn't get any type of financial backing for college because college is not affordable. We got to really look at the system that's going on right now. You have an average American that's barely surviving. I'm at the gym right now, and I passed a food line. Say this out loud. We have a food line in the United States of America for people who can't get food. The United States of America is not a third world country. It is the most wealthiest country there is. But we have people that have to go in food lines to get food. Just think about that for a moment.
If you are in New York City, you're in Brooklyn, I see food lines all the time. But this is the most expensive place to live in the country. In New York City, I think San Francisco's up there. There's some other places that are very expensive. And we don't know the stories of every person that's on that food line. Is it based on their decisions, what they did wrong? Or is it something else? You could say the system. So when we start...
You're missing the point. America is the greatest country in the world. Why do we even have a food line? If we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world, why do we even have food line? Why do we have poverty? Why are people surviving? That is the point. Like, why are we, quote unquote, having to pull ourselves from the bootstraps? I'm not saying we're entitled to anything. I'm just saying, like, what we work for, we should get out of what we work for. And I feel like no one is getting what we work for, what we're working out of it. If anything, we're being overworked and underpaid, especially for the stuff that people are doing. That is the point. And think about this: when the government shut down, most of them were government workers. Some of them had to still do their fucking job. Like, and then not complain, especially like people in the military. Like, imagine like working all those hours and not getting paid. It's fucked up. So I don't. He's definitely missing the point. I can see why you get irritated, Father. But again, this is my
Like,
but still. Well, go ahead, Father.
Like, he's been doing it all video. He's just been missing the point over and over and over again. But you want to know what? It's a good thing. It is a good thing because it's proving my point about how we're all doing this shit the fuck wrong. And people are talking about it. I mean, you see the people in TikToks, they talking about this shit. The shit is wrong. But you got people like him that's like trying to downplay the situation by trying to make it seem like we just need to pivot better. We just need to adapt. Nigga, let me tell you something. If I'm living if I have a full-time job right now, and that's not enough to pay my motherfucking bills and I have to get a second job, I'm being robbed. I'm being robbed. If I'm working full-time and I'm not able to afford my motherfucking basic necessities because the cost of living has gone up and wages have stagnated, you're being robbed. So now you are working two jobs and the economy is getting worse. As you're working those two jobs, it's getting worse. So if it's getting worse, naturally, you might have to get a third job. How's that for an adaptation? And so is that the new norm now? Niggas is just gonna have two jobs and a side hustle. 332 million, two jobs and a side hustle each. Is that what we're doing? You trying to do that, Ray?
Hell no.
Exactly. So what is he talking about? Yeah, go ahead and play the video. I want to see.
Talking about the system, like what are we really talking about? Are you trying to transform the system? I believe in terms of the country and what we spend our money on, we have a spending problem, not a revenue generating problem. I mean, just think about the amount of money that we send overseas to other countries while the people here don't have the things we have. I think that if we truly cut a lot of the fat out of a lot of these budgets from these governments, especially local government, the amount of money that we're all putting in taxes, are we getting the benefit from it? I would say no, not at all. The only solution that I hear is, well, let's tax more. Like, how about we don't do that? How about we truly have transparency, a true audit, and cut some of the spending that's happening and put that to other more efficient ways? I think that's what we should be doing. But the problem is power and resources are being wrapped up by a very few amount of people, and they're not really looking to change anything. I think most of the politicians in the country want the status quo. They don't want a big change because that messes up corporate money and backings of very powerful people up top.
The United States of America. Folks, the system is broken. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. At some point, as a country, somebody got to stand up and say, enough is enough. We got to support each other.
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck are about to go broke. The GDP numbers came in yesterday, and of course the economy receded, which I predicted 2 months ago, and people laughed. Mark my words, the second quarter is going to be far worse. Tariffs on Chinese products at 145% are about to kick in, which means everything you buy from China on Amazon or elsewhere is about to go through the roof. Grocery store shelves are starting to empty at Walmarts across the country. And of course, grocery prices continue to soar. People who've been financing groceries on credit are starting to default on those payments. We are about to see an economic catastrophe. If you're in this 60% that has little or no money, please stop spending money. Protect your family. Trump does not care about you. Even if you voted for him, he's a billionaire. He won't suffer, but you and your family will. Please protect yourself. 60% of the American.
I hate to say this, but I think it's gonna happen. When that day comes, you're gonna see some of the biggest riots you'll ever see. Because I think at that point, people's just not gonna give a fuck no more.
And I'm gonna send my black ass down there and watch. Because Martin Luther King said, I fear that I've integrated my people into a burning house. I'm gonna watch it burn. I'm gonna let it burn.
Gotta let it burn.
Gotta let it burn.
I've been saying this. I said, I feel like if you are a homeowner, you should learn how to grow your own food. I've been said that. It's like you should learn how to grow your own vegetables. I don't see the I don't
Also learn how to shoot.
Yeah. Also learn how to shoot too. Yeah, just learn how to shoot because it's getting to that point to where if 60% of America is going broke, then God bless the 40.
It's getting sticky.
It's getting sticky. Man.
Public is about to lose everything. 60% of the
That line right there, protect your family, I definitely agree with that. America feels like a game that just like every update makes things worse. Regardless of politics, I think his idea or his strategy of really, really protecting the amount of money you currently have is extremely, extremely important. Especially I know with the holiday season and people want to splurge a little bit and spend a little bit of money. Not at all surprising, for many years have shown that 60% of Americans don't have or didn't have $1,000 in their savings. Add inflation, tariffs, a spike in unemployment, etc., and whatever buffer folks had vanished. The average healthcare cost is about to increase by $10,000 per household.
Have y'all ever heard the saying, living paycheck to paycheck? Well, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me put it in perspective for you. I had $1.83 in my bank. I just swiped credit at the gas pump so I could get $10 for gas because I was on E, my friend. And hopefully in 2 business days, I get that $10 back in my account because my bank does not play, man. They charged me $40 in overdraft fees because I was overdrafted 7 pennies. I ain't even playing it. Banks do not mess around with their money, even if it's 7 pennies. So, all that to say, please hit all these buttons so I can get TikTok paid and get my $10. Love you.
Tough stuff. I mean, the bank is a business and their business is trying to get as much money out of you as possible. So yeah, overdraft fees, I'm sure that's a really great income stream for them, and how it doesn't matter if you're down $1 or 7 pennies, they're going to do that. But 2026, I think we're really going to see a real hit in this recession, and I'm going to see a lot of people down bad. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
All right, Ray.
Okay. How do you feel, Father?
Man, I feel like my point has been proven. We're doing this shit the fuck wrong. The reason why we're in this predicament is because we're not supposed to be doing this. This is illogical. Our economy is literally illogical. Let me ask you a question. Everybody that's telling people to save, how the fuck do you save during the cost of living crisis?
How can you?
If rent is going up and groceries is going up, what am I supposed to save? If after all my bills I have like $200 left, what am I going to save? Just save $50. Okay, so I saved that $50. I got $150 left after I paid all my bills, and I'm supposed to make that stretch. I'm dipping into that fucking savings. You feeling what I'm saying? So it's like, and also another thing too, I just feel like a lot of the points that the brother was making, and shout out to that brother, but I disagree with a lot of the shit that he said. I just felt like he was missing the point with a lot of stuff. He was missing a lot of stuff. And this narrative that he keeps saying, you need to figure it out, you need to adapt. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't. No, that's not the solution. Adaptation is not the solution. The solution is to advocate for your rights politically. That's the motherfucking solution. If fucking 20 million Americans stood up and said, you know what, I'm not fucking going to work anymore because I can't afford shit, that would change some shit. If motherfuckers actually voted in order to increase the interest of people of the working class, that would help a lot. It's a class consciousness issue. It's not an individualistic issue. Money is supposed to circulate. It's not supposed to stagnate. Money is supposed to circulate. So when you have a contingent group of people that are a minority in the country that own most of the wealth, you have not only just wealth inequality, you also have wealth stagnation. And then on top of that, you pay taxes to the government, but it does not go to the government. Your taxes is actually paying for the interest rates on all the debt that we have accumulated because we have a budget deficit. I'm pretty sure you've watched the news that they always talking about the deficit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we spend more money than we make. And we have to borrow the difference every single time. So the reason why there's a government shutdown a lot of the times is because they cannot decide on what to spend the money on. Usually Republicans want to spend that on the military and Democrats want to spend that extra money on like social services, which is a good thing. And which is why most black people overwhelmingly vote Democrat. But the problem with the Democrats is that a lot of them do not be having spines, bro. A lot of them just be getting hoed. You know how you be playing Killer Instinct and you let a nigga motherfucking ultra you? That's the Democrats. The Democrats be getting ultra every single time. So again, this brother, I just feel like he's missing a lot of stuff. He's missing a lot of stuff, man. I just feel like he needs to get off. He just needs to get off of this counting people's pockets. He needs to stop with this narrative that people are spending money unnecessarily. He needs to stop all of that because at the very end of the day, like the dude said, 6 out of 10 Americans cannot afford a motherfucking $1,000 emergency. So then the issue is bigger than individualistic purchasing choices. Stop looking at that even. I hate when y'all do that. Stop looking at that stupid shit. If a nigga is spending money unnecessarily, again, it ain't got nothing to do with you or me. But what you need to worry about is the trajectory of the country in terms of the collective. Stop looking at it individually. That's why it made me mad when he took that example of the dude moving 2 blocks. The dude is in Southern fucking California and Tijuana is right there. Not all of us can just move to Tijuana. Also, on top of that, the Mexican government have been deporting Americans.
Yeah.
You can look that
take
up.
Your ass back.
Because it's a cost, because when Americans bring their currency, so like say you make $85,000 a year and you move to Mexico. Obviously, the US dollar is a stronger currency than the Mexican peso, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be able to price a lot of people out just simply due to the fact that you have a large purchasing power than the rest of the local community. So what then happens is if a bunch of you people move there, if a bunch of Americans with a whole bunch of money start moving there, then the cost of living is going to go up for the locals because their currency is stronger. That's usually what happens. So it's like, at the end of the day, we need to stop pocket watching. We need to stop this stupid ass narrative that puts the fate of the economy in the hands of individualistic choices. Motherfucker, you talking about mismanaging money? You just talked about the government mismanaging money. How much money have we sent to Ukraine? How much money have we sent to motherfucking Israel? How much we spent? We sent 40 billion to motherfucking Argentina. And you want to focus on who's spending money and who's not spending money responsibly. Nigga, fuck you're responsible. Because the way that I see it, the current situation that we're in right now, did you call the government irresponsible when they printed damn near $1 trillion during COVID? But now you want to get on somebody because they spent money that you think is irresponsible. Nah, we're not doing that, bro. You just missing the point, and you just want to be that one just pocket watching. Stop pocket watching. Because I promise you the issue is way bigger than that. because you're going to mistake those irresponsible people that you're talking about with people that are simply just broke because the cost of living is expensive. And then your ass is going to sit there and tell them, if you need to get 2 jobs, remember that nigga Yada? If you need to get 2 jobs.
You need to get 2 jobs.
And I'm like, bro, no, that's not going to fix the issue. So why don't we all just admit that the shit ain't working? The shit ain't working. It's not working. Anyway, what you got to say, Ray?
I'm with you on that. It's just again, we need to start looking for solutions. I think if this is called for, I feel like we're now seeing the world being fucked up, and like you and I said, I'm just gonna watch it burn, and then once it burned down, we can rebuild. Some of this shit is just like you just gonna, and I hate to say it, because I know some people feel like we should save it. I said, no, some things are not meant to be saved. Some things, I feel like you should really just let it burn down to the ground. And then once you burn it down, you could rebuild from there. Some of these people, and this is what I used to tell people all the time. Some people, all it takes is a slap on the wrist. Some other people, it's going to take a foot in the ass. Let the people get their foot in the ass. Because then they will learn. Then they will understand, okay, you shouldn't do this. Now, again, if it all it takes is a slap of the wrist, some people are like, okay, all right, you ain't got to do no more. I don't have to do no more because they already learned their lesson. But some people are just knuckleheads. You're gonna have to put a foot in their ass, and you're going for them to learn shit, or they'll learn the hard way, which is not pleasant. Because usually when you learn the hard way, it's not pleasant. Shout out to the booty warrior. um, Yeah, I agree with you. I just feel like we just need to start. Okay, we see the problem. What's the solution? And we need to start looking for solutions.
And the solution is not motherfucking live below your means. Because I hate that shit. I hate when they say that shit. Live below your means. Well, like, bro, what?
I don't usually say that because if you save enough money to do something that you always wanted, that means you done at least put work in that. You might as well just enjoy it.
Okay. Again, and this is also why I don't be listening to financial advice. I really don't be listening to fucking financial advice because most of it be full of shit. It don't even really be advice for real. It just be people thinking that you're irresponsible with money, so they just tell you to do certain shit that sound good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I don't even think money is that complicated. Because my thing is, Ray, like, if I gave you $25,000 right now and told you to go invest it in something, like, if I told you take this 25K and flip it, would you be able to do that with full confidence?
Now, no, but I'll be trying. I damn sure will um make sure I have all my P's and Q's before I flip anything. I'm going to at least learn what I'm doing and making sure everything goes according to the right way before I even touch the money. So
So basically, you're saying that you're going to use discretion.
yes,
Now, is that so hard? Is that
no,
a hard thing to do?
no.
So what the fuck are these people talking about? Why are they trying to make it seem like money is just this super complicated, super motherfucking scarce thing? Bro, I see people mismanage money every single motherfucking day. And it don't be the people that y'all be talking about. It be the motherfuckers that you put all your motherfucking trust in. EA made a game called motherfucking Anthem that just closed its motherfucking servers like a day or two ago. And that game had a budget of millions of dollars. Was that money mismanagement? You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh, these people make my ass itch. They really fucking do. That you want to talk about people and that's motherfucking mismanaging money, man. In order for you to mismanage money, you need to have money in the first place. How a broke nigga mismanage money? He broke. How does a broke nigga mismanage money? More times often than not. Again, like you said, Ray, if you broke, then that puts you in a position where you do not have a choice but to make that money stretch.
Right.
You ain't got a choice because you ain't got it like that. But if you a dumbass and you have motherfucking 50K in your bank account, you a dumbass, you gonna spend money on dumbass shit. Hey, bro, I bought this big ass motherfucking burger chain. This shit cost me like 25K. That 25K could have went to so many other things. But y'all ass bought it. Y'all ass bought a motherfucking cheeseburger medallion for 25K. And then you want me to look at the person who's making minimum wage because he's mismanaging his money. And all the nigga did was buy a motherfucking McChicken. Fuck out of here, man. That's why I don't be listening to financial advice anymore. I think we're doing this shit entirely wrong.
Okay, dokie. Should we go into the next video, or do you think we should do that tomorrow?
We can do it tomorrow, honestly.
That's what
I
I
gotta be
thought.
in another Discord.
That's what I thought. That's why I did yours first, because I.
It was a good video, though, right?
This was a good video. Yeah, this is a very good
Yeah.
video. This is definitely a good video. So, any last words to say before we shut down the after party?
Nigga, buy that motherfucking avocado toast. Go to that concert. Don't listen to these motherfuckers telling you to live below your means. Just live, nigga. Just live. I just want y'all to live. Life is about living. These people don't create an unwinnable game, and they're trying to charge you as the people that's supposed to fix the shit for them. Just live, my nigga. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself happy, because you only got one life to live right now.
All right, and I'm gonna just leave it there. That was the after party. He is Fada. I am Ray. I still haven't figured out how to I still haven't found a way to have an outro for this, but I would like to thank all y'all for listening to us and reacting with us on the after party. So, till next time, I'm Ray. He is Father, and we'll be seeing y'all. Peace.